how can I build the brand for 2017? I think a lot of people are questioning themselves on what's going to be best for marketing for 2017. I can tell you right now, the marketing for 2017 is going to be crazier than any other year. A lot of technology is going to be put into the marketing for 2017. Yes, the old ways are going to still work: TV, newspaper, money mailer. I believe that money mailer is one of the best things that work for us. I think marketing for the new year, you're going to have to put a little bit more money into it. For us, I think we're going to pull back a little bit just so we can get rid of some business debt. I believe making sure having your business debt free is your utmost priority, because when it comes down to it, I want to be able to have cash to buy other businesses, and then we can market it. We can market like no other business in the future. So I think for 2017, people need to sit back and think about it, starting now, what they're going to be doing to reach out to the customers, to build that trust, to communicate. How can I give that customer something up front that's going to be beneficial to them, to where they can respect your business and the people that work in your business? Giving something up front free, like a lot of the things I do is communicate with the customer, give them dog techniques on how to train and how to fix their behaviors and stuff like that. That kind of works for me. With Invisible Fence brand of Delmarva, we're really pushing social media. People know the facts on social media, that millions and millions of people see it every day. But how can I market social media? It's kind of a variety of a wide range of marketing campaigns that you can do on there. Finding that social media outlet like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, finding that outlet and sticking with it, and working the system, executing on it. That's the biggest thing that works for me, is executing on that social media platform. And if you want social media to work for you, you're going to have to start now to get results next year. One of the biggest things I find is a lot of dealers are afraid to spend that money on there because it's not going to happen overnight. Nothing's going to happen overnight. You can't be an overnight success with marketing. A lot of these dealers need to realize that they need to put in the work. Yes, they're going to pay an employee to market for them while they're sitting there answering the phone, but in all reality, I think them themselves need to sit down, be interactive with the social media platforms, have that one-on-one communication on Twitter, Facebook, geo-grid, targeting, watching where your campaigns are. As us as dealers, we really need to make sure we're advertising in our area, which I know scares a lot of dealers, but Facebook is so advanced that you're able to target your specific towns and neighborhoods and events to where you're not going to have a problem marketing out of your territory. A lot of people are going to just think the website's going to work for them. No. You got to draw visitors to that website somehow, right? Money mailer, I say, works best for us, but at the same time, we need to figure out which towns, which neighborhoods, which events we can push money mailer to. Coming up with videos, the top 4 things that people are getting into now is message bots, Alexa Echo, vertical video, and SEOs. Figuring out domain names and stuff like that is something that you need to really research if you're going to have your employee market for you. And if you don't, then you're going to have to hire somebody to market for you, which I think is going to be best for a lot of these dealers. Figuring out how to, if if you as a dealer are off on trips, golfing, meetings, hunting trips, stuff like that, I think you need to really sit down and come up with your priorities for your business, because you as a business owner need to figure out how to execute and drive business and build a brand every day. And if you're off doing those trips, how can you expect your employee to know exactly what needs to be marketed, what's going to influence my customers today? Because it changes by the day. What I say to a customer yesterday, or what a customer says to me yesterday, probably won't get their attention today. So that's why I say a lot of these dealers need to hire a marketing company to figure out what's going to work best for their business. I'm not saying that just because I started a media company, but at the same time, I did say that to be selfish, because I'm executing on Invisible Fence brand every day. I'm watching how people interact. I'm watching what the pet industry's doing. I'm reading franchise magazines. That's the biggest thing for me, is I'm looking at the market. Yeah, it has nothing to do with my industry, but at the same time, it's still how customers' attention is working in 2016, 2017. So I think people need to really figure out how to build a brand in 2017. Stay motivated. Don't forget the mission. Don't be afraid to go to meetings. Don't be afraid to attend Chamber of Commerce events. Doing home shows, I think that's one of the biggest things that works best for us too. I'd like to do more. I'd like to do one every week, because there's always something going on in the community that we can really get out there and educate people. And that's what it really comes down to, is educating people about your brand. You don't have to buy my product, but I'd rather not have you discriminating against my product if you don't know the facts behind it. And that could be said to today's news and world news and stuff like that. Too many people have opinions and not enough people are executing on them. So stay motivated, reach out, don't be afraid to have conversations, and don't expect your employees to figure out what's going to market best for your company. Again, Facebook, Twitter, you really need to know how to use those platforms, or it's not going to work for you. You can't just go on there and think organic reach is going to work. Figuring out which campaign inside of Facebook is actually going to work for you. You need to have one-on-one conversations again with those customers. Nothing like saying something to Facebook and then getting no responses, or you feel like a computer's running it all. That's not a personal branding thing. So for 2017, again, I mean, people need to start thinking what they're going to do to market for 2017 now. I had 100 phone calls last week of people that I had cold called and reached out to see what they were doing for 2017, and they basically hung up on me and said, this is not a good time, call back next year. Which really, it blew my mind, and it really puzzled me, because what are these business guys doing? I mean, you build your economy. If you're a business entrepreneur, you need to build your economy. Who says that you can't put fences, Invisible Fences brands in December and January? We're having our best months right now, and it's been a progress. I ain't saying that happened overnight, but it's been a progress for the past 5 years to make me. It was my mission to make sure we're busy in December and January, and I build my economy. Yeah, March is going to be our busiest time of the year, but again, I think a lot of these dealers need to get it out of their head that I'm just going to wait till spring and fall that are my busiest times to really push marketing. Who says? I mean, did you ever try to market in December? Did you ever try to market in January? You may not be able to market the same thing that you marketed in March, but at the same time, you need to get out and knock on some doors, stir stuff up in December and January, and that's what's going to bring in your business. I got too many people and too many objectives to not be able, I can't have them crippled because I don't go out and knock on doors and stuff like that in December and January. So it really puzzled me last week when I talked to these guys, and I mean, these guys have 4 or 5 or 10 to 50 people working for them, and here they're not doing anything this time of year, which really, it blew my mind. I mean, they don't really care about their business, evidently, because I know if I talked to any owner, they would be out stirring up the bushes and bringing in that business for 2017. So if anybody's willing to talk marketing, business, feel free to hit me up. I'm going to try to make more of these videos because it's a good way for me selfishly to express what needs to be said out in the business world now. I'm the new generation for business, whether people like it or not. So I'm going to figure out what works, what people dream about. I'm going to accomplish what people can't do. I'm going to do tomorrow. So I think that's what needs to be done in 2017. You need to figure out your mission and go for it.